Welcome everyone. Welcome to the Bezalel tribe. A platform where we discuss issues concerning the workplace, leadership issues, and so much more. Thank you so much for joining me. And please remember to like and subscribe to the channel so you'll be prompted when we release any new updates where there are new editions. Again, I'm giving you the opportunity to say Happy New Year. Yes, this is the month of January and this is the last Saturday, so this is our first edition for 2026. Thank you for staying with me all through 2025. I really do appreciate your love, your concern, and for tuning in to this channel. Right? Okay, so let's start for the month of January, and our topic for today is vision and the power of clarity. Yes, vision and the power of clarity. Yes, seeing clearly before moving boldly. And our core scripture is taken from the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2 to 3. And it says, write the vision, make it plain, but the vision is yet for an appointed time. Though it tarries, wait for it. Yes, wait for it. We're just going to go straight right on to this scripture we have opened up for today. And let's begin with this truth that God does not rush people. He prepares them. Yes, He prepares us. January is not just the beginning of a calendar year. You know, it's a month of invitation. It's a month to pause, to listen, to realign. You know, we have thoughts about different things and we want to put them in perspective. We don't just jump right ahead. We sit down, we think, we strategize. Yes, you know, that's why, like in organizations, you know, they have retreats usually at the beginning of the year to know where are we going, the direction and how to go about it. That's just the essence of this as well. We're waiting, we're listening, and we're trying to realign everything we know we're thinking of doing. You know, and so before we start thinking of goals, promotion, projects, progress, we have to start asking ourselves, what has God been saying to me? You know, what's it stirring in my heart? Not just for now, probably for the future. You know, He makes it clear. You know, because vision is not noise. It's not the clanging sound. It's not noise making. You know, vision is clarity, clear direction of what you're supposed to do. So we're going in again, and we said activity is not the same as vision. Yes, it's not. You know, activity is all the noise. It's all the going back and forth. It's not the same. You know, one of the greatest traps in the marketplace is busyness. You know, without direction, we're going here and there, we're doing so many things, but not knowing how to actually go about this. You know, so you can be productive, but you're not fulfilled. You can be, you know, active, but you're not aligned. You can be busy and you still feel stuck, you know, in your ways. And that's why the book of Proverbs 23, 29, 18 says, where there is no vision, the people perish. So if there's nothing that you are aiming for, that you're seeing the way to go, people don't do much. The Bible says they perish. You know, so it doesn't say where there is no effort. It does not say, you know, it just goes straight. It says where there is no vision, where there is no clarity of direction, people perish. So vision answers three main questions. I would say it's, you know, like, where am I now? Where am I going? What season, you know, am I in? Because we need to realize all of these things for vision to be clear. You know, when vision is absent, distraction becomes the leadership. Yeah. So note 2, I would say, what is God saying? God is speaking, but clarity requires stillness. You know, Habakkuk could have run with that vision, you know, but he didn't just run first. He waited. He said, I will stand my watch. In Habakkuk 2:1, he says, I will stand my watch and look to see what He will say to me. Of course, he's referring to God. And look to see. So he will stand his watch, he will wait, he's on guard, and he will look to see what He will say to me. You know, notice the phrase he says, look to see. So vision usually comes quietly. It's not noise making. Like I said earlier, it's not in the noise. That's why he said, I'll look to see. So it becomes quiet, it comes in prayer, it comes in reflection, it comes even in discomfort. Yes, when things are not going the way you want, there is so much pain and agony. The Lord can be speaking right there to your heart. It comes also in repeated nudges, not just getting this nudge to do this thing, and you have a political space. Now you start paying attention to politics. If you're nonchalant before, you have to have some kind of interest. Maybe not 100%, but you will get there. Because there's going to be some intentionality because of what that vision, had been stated already. A recent vision is not pressure; it is peace with direction. The Lord has said it, so it just brings peace, but it's telling you this is the path, to go. Again, we'll continue with this Habakkuk 2, and we say the past was not wasted. Everything that's happened to you in the past was not wasted. It's a training ground. It's like we're watching movies, how military personnel are trained. They make believe war zone and all of that, so that when the real thing comes, you are in the right space. You know how to align yourself. You know what corner of the war you're fighting on. What side. Are you the front line? Are you at the right hand side? And all of that. Everything is just preparation. The same thing with the training you've been going through. Everything that happened to you in the past, it was not a waste. It was not a joke. It was for an assignment. Let me say this gently but firmly too. Forget the pain of the past in the marketplace. Don't worry about the delays that happen, the disappointment, you're not promoted, the betrayal of even friends, the missed opportunity. The season that you thought would break you, and but I see you standing strong. It didn't break you at all, right? I'm not downplaying what happened to you. No, the point I'm making here is those things that you thought were going to break you in half or even in pieces, those things are actually going to help you to stay strong. You've been through that and you're wondering, what next? Isaiah 43 tells us, verse 18, he's saying, forget the former things. He says, see, I'm doing a new thing. Forget the former things, I'm doing a new thing in you. So you see, God has left that. He didn't forget it. He's using it for something good right in front. So just stay tuned and watch what God is doing. So those experiences were not punishment. They were not for nothing. They were preparation tools. Yes, they were the things you need for the journey ahead. Remember Joseph in prison. You don't know the story. It prepared him for the palace. You remember David, that small little shepherd boy. That you remember when Samuel came to anoint the king in his household. They brought all his big brothers, all huge, tall, and Samuel was like, no, there's still one more. Remember, all of these things, everything he went through in the field, with taking care of the animals, eventually killing Goliath, was for the throne that God was preparing for him. So your pain, it sharpens your discernment. If you don't go through those pains, those things that happen to you, you notice that when certain things happen, you don't take things casually anymore. There's a heightened sensitivity in you. You are more aware, whether you like it or not, you are more aware of what people are saying, what they're doing around you, of circumstances. You don't just take it casually, and maybe you would have taken it before the pain. So you see, nothing is wasted. Not with God anyways, nothing is wasted. And He uses all of these things to teach us. So I will note here again, note 5, stay patient. Vision matures with time. Habakkuk 2 verse 3, it says, though it tarries, wait for it. Premature manifestation can destroy what patience will perfect. Sometimes the vision actually takes time. And we've been instructed, we've been warned per se. So we have to be patient, even in our suffering, even in our pain. Nehemiah, when he was building, remember, he just wasn't in a hurry. He assessed the situation. He secured support of the king and of his people. They clarified the plan. Remember when they were building the wall, they had a weapon on one hand and they were building on the other side, just in case. So they were well prepared. So vision without patience, leads to frustration. You just go right ahead, you're not patient. It leads to a lot of frustration. But vision with patience leads to the fruit. That's the reward. The real thing you're supposed to get. You will get it if you're patient. The last point I would like to bring out here is guard your focus. Yes, vision requires protection. The Lord spoke to you, so you need to protect that information. You need to guard it even with your life if you have to. Because it was an assignment given to you and you alone. Nehemiah faced all kinds of distraction, mockery, opposition. Yet he said in Nehemiah 6:3, he says, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. Read it yourself. So you see, not every invitation deserves your attention. Not every opportunity aligns with your vision. You need to focus on what your vision is saying and align with that and nothing else. Focus is a spiritual discipline. It takes a lot to be focused. Nehemiah gave us a good example. He stayed focused. If not, he would have been dead before building of the wall. He wouldn't have made it if he allowed the distraction, the mockery and all that get. In closing, I would like to say this, to encourage you, to strengthen you, as you step into this year, 2026, as we have seen ourselves in 2026 January, God is not finished with you. He's not confused concerning you. He's not silent either. He is intentional. He knows his plans for you and they are good, as the Bible makes clear. This is a year to listen clearly, to move deliberately, to trust patiently in what God is doing in your life. As we read in Habakkuk chapter 2, it says, write that vision, make it plain, and walk confidently one step at a time. What God has placed in your heart will come to pass. Watch and see, it will come to pass. God bless you for listening. Remember to like, remember to subscribe, so that when more editions come up, you'll be the first to know. Thank you so much. God bless you for joining the Bezalel tribe.